Hey everyone, here is an example of a dilutions problem. And let's look at the problem. It's saying if we add 35 milliliters to 225 milliliters, what is the molarity going to be? It's going to change here's our current molarity. It's 0.15. That's how strong our solution is. What's the strength? So if we add water, and our strength, our molarity stays the same. We don't change the solute. Our stuff that's in the solution, we keep it like it is. We don't change it. We're just adding more water. And so that's what the question is. If we add more water, what's the new concentration or the new molarity going to be? Well, let's think about it real fast up front before we do the math. Is our solution going to be more weak or is it going to be more strong? Well, if we think about it, if we keep the same stuff in the solution and we just add more water, it's going to get diluted. So our molarity should go down. Okay, so our number from 0.15 should go down. So let's see what the math does for us. All right, so here's our formula, M1V1 equal M2V2. And our question says again, we're looking for molarity. So this is always M2 molarity. This is our second molarity. All right. So what's the formula for M2? So we just got to get rid of V2. And as we know from our other video, to get rid of one of our characters, and we got to take them to the other side so we can get M2 by himself. And when V2 comes to the other side, he goes to the bottom. Anytime one of these characters go to the other side, we throw it to the bottom. So it's M1V1 over V2. All right, and so now let's figure out what is M1, what's V1, and what's V2. All right, so here's what I do. This is a trick. Go ahead and look at our characters that are in the formula. We have three of them. We have a 35, we have a 225, and a 0.15. The 225 is separated by the word of. 225 and 0.15, I will always say the two characters that are close to each other, they're married. Okay, so the married couple always goes on top. So this is our married couple right here, M1V1, and that's what I've done. I got 225 and 0.15. So they go on top. They go together. That's the married couple. And the single guy, this 35 right here, he will go to the bottom. All right, so let's look at we got our math set up. Notice milliliters and milliliters will cancel out, and we're left with molarity. So 225 times 0.15 divided by 35, and the answer is going to be 0.96 molarity. And we're talking about, I'm using a mouse here, so doing the best I can. All right, so that's it, of sodium hydroxide, 0.96. So as you see, our molarity went down because we added more water. That's all it is to it. I hope that helps. And let me just do one more problem just for Janessa, because Janessa laughed at me on my last video. All right. Next question. All right, so we have 345 milliliters of water, and we boil it. As you know, when we boil water, what's going to happen to our water? It's going to evaporate. And so we're going to lose water. And that's what it says. If we boil water, we start at 345, and we boil it until it gets down to 150 milliliters. What's our new molarity going to be? What's our strength of our solution going to be? Right now, our strength is 1.5. But if we lose a lot of water, and we don't mess with the solute, we keep our solute the same, do you think our solution is going to be more strong or more weak? So again, we keep the solute the same. And it's 1.5. But if we lose a lot of water, do you think your solution is going to be stronger or weaker? And so let's let the math do the work for us. Now, of course, all you geniuses out there, you should hopefully have already said to yourself, I got this. My my concentration, the strength of my solution is going to get stronger because I lost a lot of water. And if you're thinking this way, then you are a genius. All right, so here's our formula, M1V1 equal M2V2. Again, we're looking for molarity, so that's going to be our M2. We got to get rid of V2 now, so let's put V2 over to this side. And so that's going to be over here. Now let's figure out who M1, V1, and V2 is. All right, so this is our married couple. Who over here in the problem is married? And there you go. There's an of there. And again, it's not always of will be between these two characters, but most often you will see it this way. And so they're next to each other, 345 and 1.5. That's our married couple. That's our V1 and M1. They relate to one another. They are a part of each other. I call that the married couple. So they go on top. They're the M1, V1, and that's what I have. I got 345, 1.5 on top. Notice I have milliliters on top, milliliters on bottom, so they're going to cancel out. And the character all by himself here, 150, and he goes to the bottom. So there's 150 on the bottom. All right, so let's do the math. 345 times 1.5 divided by 150, and that comes out to 3.45 molarity. So 3.45, 3.5 molarity of sodium chloride. All right, sodium chloride. All right, and for you you crusaders, again, we can actually make this 3.5 if you want to round up. So 3.5 molarity of NaCl if you want to do that as well. So there you go. As you see, our molarity went up from 1.5 to 3.5 because we got rid of a lot of water and kept our solute the same. All right, that's it. I hope this is making sense. You got some questions coming to you, so good luck on them. And if you're having problem with all of this, I'll be online during the week, and you can come visit me online, and I can help you fix all this really easy. All right, that's it. Have fun.